Did you?
Hey, so this Friday, August 29th, we're back live with everybody on the budget workshops or hearings or whatever you want to call it, working through these. We'll start on cemetery commission. We skipped over that one. We'll kind of jump around a little bit today. I'd like to get through a bunch that we know there's not much discussion or anything to do with, and then we'll back up to anything we have questions and work through those as we can. But the on the cemetery one, the supervisor. Yeah, it was 1232. Are we going back to that? 1232. Inspection service stayed the same. I'm sure that's some kind of a contract or something. It stays. Bags already cement, $60 ain't gonna buy you much. They might as well have that. Gas and oil at 2200 was the same.
Yeah.
880 for supplies.
Everything else was the same.
Travel miles, 440. Yeah, everything else stayed the same.
So 6533.
Yeah, 6533.
What was it, 6550?
Yeah.
What about the new general fund?
On the cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
We
You got
have that.
Yeah, she gave it to you last year.
Yeah, that's right. I got it.
28,523 instead of coming out of the board of commissioners.
Is that, hold on, let's go back here.
Cemetery mowers were 25,930 in last year's board of commissioners, county general, 25,930.
Are we going, what do you guys want to do on that? Do you want to? Because we're moving it to its own budget to clean it up a little bit, but cemetery mowers was 25,930 last year, and they're asking for 28,523.
I think the rate was in that, wasn't it? The 1187 they went up to.
Yes.
So unless we raise their salary, I don't,
Know that it,
which I think they need a lot more money for doing that. Not, I'm not, I mean, I know I'm on that board, but I think the highway department had a guy down there making about $18 an hour doing the same thing, only he's working just for the cemetery, or for the monument area. Just a thought.
which
This
route
guy's
would we
been doing
go?
this for years. and
How many people is this?
Two
People?
part-time people.
So,
I think he gets 18 an hour, really. He may do
I'm not
other
saying-
stuff besides.
They gave me the wrong blood pressure medicine, and now I'm having to work it out of my
weekly,
lungs. Evidently, I'm supposed to have beta blocker
it's
when you
about
have asthma,
$12,000 a piece.
and evidently my cardiologist.
It's 1187 an hour.
An hour. So if we work, we would have to, I guess if we stay with the 25 number of 25,930, it stays at 11, whatever.
87.
If you go to the $28,000, it goes to what? What is their pay rate? Whatever.
I don't know, I think they got a 50-cent raise last year.
Okay.
It was like 1137, and she could tell you better, because I mean, I was even, not arguing for it, but expressing that I thought that was way underpaid. You guys probably brought it up 50 cents last year.
What?
The guy who took the job, was he retired?
No, young guy.
Younger.
Yeah, okay.
Young guy, I'm sure he's in his 20s.
Okay, I didn't know.
So I guess the question here now is, do we change this roughly $3,000, $3,400, or do we leave it as 25 and then
Did you decide to give anybody else raises?
not yet?
Yeah, I know. We're not gonna do raises across the board with anybody else. I don't think we can do that, so. I mean, saying, I think, I understand, but still, I mean.
Right.
But it's, I mean, am I not wrong, we had one application turn in.
We had one and they
So, I mean,
approved
it's
that
not like
last night.
people are running around saying, I want to.
Yeah, I want to mow.
Now,
Well, and that's what I was gonna say. I know we haven't given
raises, but I think it was a topic to raise some of those
Part-time
positions
position.
because the wage they were at just was not. I mean, like you said, $11 an hour.
Do we know what the salary would be if they went to 28,523?
How'd you divide that a few minutes ago?
Wait a minute, 28,
$28,523 is the new request
Well,
from
if you take-
25, so.
25,930 and divide it by 1187, that's 2184 hours, 0.5 hours. So if you take 2184.5 hours times, what'd you say, $18? It'd be 39,321, so that's not even taking it up. So take 28,523 and divide it by 2184.5.
And Richard's been.
13.05 an hour. It's about $13 an hour.
Yeah, it'd be.
He's been doing it for several years. I don't think he's gonna walk out and quit. He never even asked for anything.
Yeah.
He did make a suggestion to me one time, something for us to ponder.
But then we have to go back and redo
Other part-time.
everybody. It's at
He
13.
did say when it's rainy weather, we don't get any mowing done. So basically, he kind of suggested maybe it should be a salary position or something. I don't know how you do that, because if it's pouring down the rain, they're not working or getting paid. And they're probably sitting around a truck eating hamburger somewhere, which doesn't look good. I don't, I'm just talking. I
Well,
don't
to
think-
date, that has only spent 6,600.
There's only been one person.
There's only
$.
one guy working.
Has it gotten mowed though?
Yeah, he mows every day when he got good weather. This year, extremely bad, it's in the rain. Anyway, it's a thought. I don't know how you go about doing that, or even something we want to look at this year, probably not, but, you know.
Well, if we can move all the sheriffs over to a bond,
Yes.
you might be able to move the
Yeah,
part-time.
might be able to change some of it. So I guess the question is, do we want to go with this 28 or do you guys want to go with 25?
25 pays their salary, doesn't it?
I believe it
I
alone
think we
until
just
we
leave it alone
decide
until we
we're
decide what
going
we're gonna
to
do.
do raises across the board or whatever.
I think that'd just be fair.
For that reason, yeah.
You know, because we're gonna have to revisit every one of these.
There's gonna be a crunch time, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the same way we done it last year, you know, we removed.
So we're going to 25,930. It's out of general now because we created a new thing.
Well, it was out of general before, it was just under the
It-
board of
Yeah, it
commissioners.
just has its own fund now, so we can keep up with it.
Well, the main thing right now, really, we got somebody mowing, and that was, for most of the summer, we had one person, we've got all kinds of flack from everybody, so just getting two people out there is a big deal, no matter what we do.
So cemetery
The board
commission.
out there kind of getting caught up right now, you know, the board members are out there mowing everything.
They are every day. Jonathan Abbott mowed the whole front end of the highway the other day with a skid steer, volunteer, didn't make a dime off of it.
Oh, that's nice.
Now, I did say, this is something.
You got one person a week to volunteer.
For what it's worth, something that, you and Zach may wanna think about.
Yeah.
Is maybe we ought to have some kind of a liability form signed by people who volunteer.
We're going to another ordinance.
Corner.
I mean, we want them, but we don't protect our county too, and I mentioned that to our board members.
Well, they sure done a nice job.
Oh,
I drove by. After he got done with it.
And he does that every year.
Is there,
It's on my list, John.
is there any? Yeah, well, is there any kind of insurance plan for volunteers?
No. Not that I know of.
no. Anything that's part-time does not qualify for the insurance.
But I get,
Well, I'm just curious, because
I get called, people wanting to volunteer. I had a guy call me the other day wanting to volunteer, so I'm trying to hook our volunteers up together. But we do want to protect ourselves.
Yeah.
I would think we would already have something like that, but I guess we tell me we
Well, I
don't.
don't know. At the very minimum, you want something on the insurance to cover those things. Which I don't know if we got any insurance in.
And what are you talking about? Are you talking about the,
Well, no, in the city, I know we had people volunteering, whether it be from the beautification committee and or I know a specific incident where a guy just volunteered to come remove a stone and ended up getting seriously hurt. But the city's insurance covered that, because he was volunteering.
Well, we probably would
I
have to,
think we have some, I mean, let me talk to Richie about
But-
that, see.
but some kind of sign form.
You did ask about the unemployment, he does collect unemployment in off seasons.
Okay. I don't know what month it was yet.
Coroner would go back to 25, so with the salaries, everything else stayed the same, so 14,566. This is salary 14566.
I'm not even to the corner yet.
I don't either. I said that's a dead issue.
Ha, 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 ha.
God made it funny.
Every now and
So
then.
the coroner goes back to 14,566.
Deputy is 4,988. And then everything else on there stays the same, total amount. Is 57,949.
Okay.
Wait,
Do the county council.
Why do I have soil and water under county council?
County council, 82,986. And there, 100, which I don't know what we use it for. Attorney, your contract stay the same,
No, I want a huge raise. I want exact mates.
not happening.
Just kidding.
I do too.
No, I'm fine.
Jennifer, we probably do need to check that line on that because the, extra meetings and stuff we had, make sure we're good on that.
Okay.
You take the computers out and take the soil and water and bring it back down to 5,000.
Yes, soil
Are
and
we gonna
water.
leave it in our budget or are we moving it to their own?
I have she gave us a
You
new
did that
one
one, right?
for the admin
Yes, we
assistant
did.
though, right?
And we could.
Oh, and the grant, yeah.
We can put these in there too, though, I think.
Well, the one that she gave us just has the admin assistant and the soil and water grant. Do you want to move dues and subscriptions over to their own budget too? I think that's our dues and
I
subscriptions,
think they
right?
are, yeah.
Yeah, they have their.
So we're removing the 10,000 soil and water district
And we
grant.
knocked it back down to $5,000.
And go back down to 5, and then we'll add it under their.
Then we take the computers out, which.
But did
Yeah,
we-
take it completely
Okay,
out.
we've advertised that though. And then the computers are out, so that's 700 here. Are you doing the math or am I doing the math?
Go ahead.
So that's 82,986 in the top, 100 in supplies, 24,000 plus 15,000 plus 2,000 plus the 700 would be 41,700 and then 0 in the computer line, so 41,700, 100 and 82,986. I get 124,786.
Yep.
What would you get?
124,
Yeah,
786.
we cut this down real quick.
From 148, so we cut $20,000 out of our budget.
And then the soil and water, we're doing, what was the admin, where was that out of last time? The admin assistant, was that on the board of commissioners?
That was the commissioner's one.
Okay, so what was she last year? I just had that one stuck in the council since the water grant, the grant's in there. So last year, the admin assistant for soil and water,
35,115.
35,115.
Yeah.
And you wanted to take the grant, they requested 10, you wanted to leave it at 5?
Yeah.
So that'd be 40,115 total out of gen fund for their budget,
I'll add that in.
40,115. And then I'll put that in our budget section, since we don't have their own.
The county elected officials fund, I think it stays exactly the same. We didn't really do anything with it.
The officials training fund,
Yeah.
so it was 6,000 last year, 6,000 this year. We didn't spend any, spent $616 this year. So
And
leave
we're gonna, Heather, on this, where do I need to go? Add
Right click
here.
on hit insert. Shift cells down. Okay. Oh, go over to 18. Yeah, there you go. Now, see how it's highlighted? Right click, insert. There you go. So county elected officials training is gonna be out 1217. It's gonna be 6,000.
We get all that, then we get a copy of all that, can't we?
Yeah. Email that to everybody.
Okay.
Next up, for drainage board.
1,600. Thought we did that. I think everything,
We went back 1,600 on the board members and.
1,200 on the secretary, 5,200.
We went
Did we went down to 1,000 on the legal? That's what I have written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 500 on professional.
and we went
Okay.
back
Take $100 off.
supplies.
Yeah, so I have a total of
And
$4,700 out of Jen.
100 on printing.
The total of it's what?
I had 4,700. Check my math, 1,600, 1,200, 50, 200, 1,000, 500, 50, 100. 4,700 out of general.
4,700 even.
Yep.
Drug-free community.
I think we figured that one out.
Well, she's gonna have to stay at the 26,408 because that's what we,
Yeah.
if she has a shortage, we're gonna have to do an
4,800
additional
on that.
appropriation, right?
Coordinator, though, is 4,800. Right.
Yeah. But wasn't she short on? She does hers weird.
Let me,
So we're going at 4,800, but she needed 2,062.07 in the admin expense. We only advertised 600,
Yeah.
and she needed 20,586.27 on Cease grant, but
So
we
we
only
need,
did.
we need to just approve the 26,408, and then we'll have to do an additional.
Well, I come up with, if we do what's advertised minus the coordinator going down, I get that's 25,400. So 620,
She was saying she needed 27,488.
yeah, we were short 1,040, but the thing is I mean, I guess we budgeted the whole, we don't publish line items, right? We just budget, that's a two. So yeah, if we did
The
26,408, then we would only have to do an additional of 04034.
She's going back to first year now.
But we need to figure out what line we're changing,
Right.
because that's an overage. So when we do the lines, if we're doing 26,408, because that's what we advertise, and we're only paying the coordinator 4,800, that leaves us 21,608, and 600 of it's admin expenses. So we could put the Cease grant
At 20,000.
at 2108. 2108, and that would leave, well, no, that's too high. She only needs 2586. So here's what I would do. Stop it. Let me think about this for a minute. So 4,800 is hers, right? That leaves 21,608. She needs 20,586.27. She said in the Cease grant.
Yeah.
So if we put the line that says Cease grant at what she needs, 20,586.27,
can't do that, though, can we? We can't.
Well, we advertise the whole
We
budget, not by
advertise the
line,
budget, So we can.
alright, so 26,408
Because you can change lines as long as you don't go over that bottom number,
Minus.
26,408.
258627. That means we would put the admin expenses at 1,021.73. Then the additional appropriations would be 1,040.34 just in the admin expense.
What's the admin gonna be right now?
She sent a budget, she had 4,800 for coordinator salary.
And then Cease grant needs to be 20,586.27.
Well, what she had on the form she sent me, she has the administrative expenses as 1,670 and the cease grants as 19,410.
What? It's totally different than what she told us. Do you have another copy of that?
I can give you this copy, it
Let
didn't
me
print
see
out real
what-
pretty, but
Does that still mean that she needs to be appropriated?
I think what she
1,000?
said what she'll do is we'll take this and then in January come back and do additionals for whatever she had left over from this year.
Doesn't even have a total on it. Oh, 25,880.
We already advertised at 26,408.
I know, that's what we're talking about. Why would we not do the 26,408 and just do an additional appropriation for less than she needs? But I guess if that's what she's asking for,
I'm just saying that's what she sent me after we spoke.
no. She asked for 4,800 for salary, 1,670 for admin expenses, and 19,410 for the Cease grant. For a total amount of
880.
25,880, yeah. So just give her what we want. She can come in and do the additional
We'll
appropriation.
do what's the grant gonna be again?
The grant, so 4,800, 19,410,
410, and then administrative expenses is
1670. So 25,880 from 1148. Thank you, Jennifer. Might wanna,
If you want to keep that, you can.
okay.
Alright. So we need to change it to 25,880.
25,880.
Alright, got it.
I didn't eat all those today, just for the record. Those were in my bag.
That's what I would say.
I'm looking at one, that's a big pile of peppermints.
We did a bunch of officials, EMA 911.
Oh,
So we're gonna do that.
so general,
The EMA's out of general,
the director last year was,
59, each 15.
yep,
Now they're part-time, so are we putting the 59 in there, or what are we doing? We gonna make it a full-time position again, we're gonna leave it part-time, what's everybody wanna do here? I mean, I think if they can function as part-time is what the commissioners are saying, it's kind of a disgrace to the taxpayer that
Well,
you either fund it
If we
or
take-
something crazy.
if we take his pay back to 25, that'd be that money there, then if it's part-time, then we can be adjusted after that next year. Or how's that work?
You can do an additional,
Not
and
additional,
I'm not sure how
Can't
much,
take it away.
no, you can't take it away.
I don't know how much, because I'm understanding it's more interim, but I don't know.
So are they paying him the full salary rate?
He'll get paid, the $28 an hour, what is that, 28? I think is what he's making, 28 something an hour.
Does he get paid at $28 an hour for the hours he works for just?
It'll be for the hours he works.
With no benefits?
That'd be no benefits on part-time.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be.
Shouldn't do a lot of things, but welcome to Scott County, John.
Oh, no,
Appreciate that.
had to be here.
I mean, what I think,
28.76 is what his hourly rate is.
so what I think royally sucks is a person is working part-time at $28.76 an hour, but we just told his guys they're working for $11 an hour part-time. And then you got the number 2 person in EMA who's making all the emergency runs, going to all the call outs, handling all of that, is making $12,960 a year. Like, And I understand Zach's mentality of a fair comes around once a year and you get a hot dog, but somebody justify some of this too.
Fair.
Yeah, they wouldn't get me in.
But, I mean,
Well, it's up to the commissioners if it's part-time or full-time. It's up to you what you fund it at. And my understanding from watching their very brief meeting is that whatever they've just done is temporary while they continue to seek a full-time employee.
I mean, the chief dispatcher makes 46,319. So you're $10,000, $12,000 more.
Well, I would say just take everybody back to 2025's salaries and just put it in there for the budget for right now and see what we can do, whatever happens. I mean, that's whatever y'all wanna do though.
Is that what everybody's good with? Be 59,815 then,
Now, what was it?
815. The next poor guy only makes 12,960.
I mean, what's everybody's thoughts on that? I mean, just,
Well, hopefully they'll find somebody quick.
I mean, they're gonna have to have a full-time director or can they do it with a part-time director? What is state statute? What is,
I don't think there is a state statute that says what it has to be.
I think that they believe it still needs, I mean, just from watching that 7-minute meeting, I think that they believe it still needs a full-time. But they were, they're, from reading the emails that went around, that there is not just a crisis with the director position, but with all the positions. So they're just trying to at least put a Band-Aid on it so that we have dispatch right now. Because I don't think it was really just about the director position.
So
They're still looking for a full-time person.
we're leaving the EMA number 2 at 12,960. Everybody good with that? And then office supplies went up $200, went down 200 is what they're asking for. So I'd say give that 300. Training stays the same, 300. Uniforms. I don't see uniforms in here before.
No, that's not.
It wasn't in 25. So they want $400 in uniforms. There wasn't a thing for that in 2025. Do you guys want to keep it or cut it?
I'm zeroed out.
Any opposed?
I'm just trying to cut money while I cut money.
Tell me what you're doing. Been on the phone. I've been on talking.
Was there any explanation at all on that?
Oh,
Not that I know of. I should have rubbed it in. Of course, now you're gonna have a new director who may want something different.
Well, and here's where my thought goes, is obviously for dispatchers, they're
That's a
behind
different-
closed doors.
That's a different category.
Okay. But as far as the EMA director and,
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna be out in the public and it's kind of one of those where I understand, yes, we need to cut as much as we can, but at the end of the day, are we asking people to buy their own uniforms?
James, I think at one point Jeremy McDaniel came in back when he was here and he did ask for an additional, and I think it was maybe for just some t-shirts or something for when they.
And I guess that's my point, regardless to who it is. I mean, John, when you hire somebody at Miller's, do they buy their own clothes?
no,
I know we don't do that for the county highway, so just a thought. I don't know.
Leave it alone.
I say we're dropping big repair down 1,000 and fuel down 1,000.
yeah, you see the point.
Yeah, that'd be a new 400 on that.
by the way.
The contract they moved into there, it was paid out of 911, but that Nixle's for EMA, so the 6480 is a contract.
Okay.
The Wi-Fi hotspots, that's how they run the drones. And I think they were short and had to move money around, that's why it went from 600 to 780. The travel expense, $700. I doubt they've used much of any of this because nobody's been there really to do it. Leaving all in the same at 700.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
Did you talk about the Nixle?
yeah, it's a contract that wasn't in there, but was paid out of something
So it's
else.
gotta be 6480.
Yeah, it needs to be there.
Okay, so,
Yeah, they didn't use any travel expense.
I'm sure it's been there. I need to-
did we have the hotspot last time? Stipend Wi-Fi hotspot.
Training and exercise, are we cutting it back to 1,000?
I think we should, I mean, because it's, like I said, there's,
I'm behind.
we're keeping the 500 for the training seminars.
That's what it has been.
And then the 700 travel expense. What are we doing on the stipend Wi-Fi?
It has to go to 780. It's for the
Okay.
2 drones they have. They pay their hotspot things with it. 1,000 on training and seminars, 1,000 on vehicle repairs, fuel,
1,000.
We already took it down to 1,000.
1,000. Equipment,
And we did 0 on
there wasn't
uniforms.
really equipment in 25.
I actually have to catch what,
What'd we do on uniforms, JR?
Left at 400,
Okay.
What kind of equipment we talking about, we got idea?
no clue. It wasn't in 25.
back to that, if we wanna cut back, I mean, we can cut that in half or whatever, I think it needs to be something for at least a
Uniform.
person to go buy a couple polos or
Well,
something.
yeah, for $400, ain't gonna buy very much, because,
Okay.
I mean,
We'll leave it
there's
at
a lot
four.
of t-shirts, and it's $2,000, so.
I don't know what kind of equipment they're asking for, John. There's no equipment line in 2025, so that would be a new request. Unless it's for repair, but there's an equipment repair, it wasn't funded in 25.
Sometimes these things, we're not, without having somebody here tell us, sometimes these things overlap.
Right.
And if you don't know what you're, it's kind of hard to make decisions, you don't know what you're.
You wanna cut that 1,000, and if they need equipment, they come ask for it, we'll figure out if we got it.
I got me a 0.
Now, is that out of equipment?
Yeah, on EMA.
It may be needed, just, equipment could be a ton of things, and $1,000 ain't gonna buy a whole lot.
And the EOC sustainment's gonna stay at 2,000.
That's what it's been, but I don't think they've been using it, honestly, and it's downstairs, so, I mean, I'm hoping to, you guys wanna leave it, do you wanna cut that back some?
What do they spend out of it?
That's what I'm trying to go look.
I mean,
I'm looking.
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
Room
They've
downstairs,
spent 0. They asked for 2,000 and spent 0 this year.
But what is it again?
that room downstairs, that's the EOC,
Well, I know it's a room, I mean,
it sustains it with bond at whatever.
Well, if we're funding at 2,000,
It's
then
the
they're
Emergency
spending.
Operations Center for, I think, at one time, it was obviously, if there's any county disaster, that would be the main command center / I'm wanting to say, there's some ability at dispatch, something happened to dispatch, they could actually move down there
I
and,
remember.
Operate.
If a tornado hit them over here.
yeah. There was a bunch of stuff down there that was pretty high tech at the time. What it is now, I don't know.
I don't think
Some
it's used for
giant
anything now.
plotters and some
Is it?
smart boards and
When we have a
There's
meeting.
stuff down there, but I don't know what it is. I mean, that's out of my realm.
And who's in charge of it? That's over here? EMA?
yeah, I would assume now Joe, right?
Will, technically. He's the director, so he's in charge of it.
Well, I don't even know. I mean, the word sustainment, I don't even know what that
Well,
means.
that's out
Keep
of
it
the
going.
general fund.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Kenley,
My,
can you go force me out
I'd
of WOW
probably-
so I can log back in, please?
my
I'm sorry.
thought is
I'd probably leave it, that way if they need it, it's there, and if not, it just returns back at the end of the year anyhow, right?
Well,
Yeah, it goes
we
back to
or we
general
could do away with it and they can explain to us what it is and why we need it.
Or what they need to buy, and
I have no idea what.
I mean, because there's
I
gonna
mean,
be
I
a
don't think anybody does anything in that room anymore.
Well,
Well,
But we,
we ain't
but
had tornado on
the
a
point
while.
of it is, yeah, that's, you gotta have it in case of an emergency. But,
I guess that's a big question.
was it used last year?
no.
No,
That's my
Well,
knowledge.
and I was on your track of cutting it, but in a emergency situation, if they go down there, if they need to use that plotter for printing maps or whatever, and the ink's dried up, obviously they're gonna need something to be able to get that going today, not, oh, we need to
and we
take it
cut their
to a,
equipment, so we can't.
yeah.
Their equipment's at 0, so they can't use
I
that.
think we should keep it
So
for
what if we
emergency
bump it down to
purposes.
like 500 or
I
1,000?
got a
Yeah, we
feeling,
can do that.
I got a feeling that's there for a reason.
Well, I got a feeling too, but I mean, nobody's using that office at all that I know of.
and I wouldn't be against them coming and asking, but in an emergency situation such as the Henryville tornadoes, obviously, we don't want to wait them off to be able to get that stuff.
You leave it out and run over something.
Well, it doesn't always have to wait a month.
I mean, if it had $500 or $1,000 in it, you could always add to it a lot easier than creating it.
I just put 500
I'm
in
for
it.
five, that'll get them.
I done wrote it down. Let's do it.
Honestly, they need to be over there.
Thank you, Ken.
And I'm not.
So that takes that down.
Somebody needs to go there occasionally, just make sure everything's operating.
No, yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, you go over there,
That budget down to-
11,960
that might be needed, but that needs to go before. we make sure
1,000.
and,
plus 7,277.
We need to talk to Joe about that.
I get 85,735 out of general.
How much?
$85,735 from general.
If it ain't being used, we need to look at it.
Justin, did you check my bag?
No, I did not.
He said, no, you're good.
I'm an attorney. I went to law school because I was told there would be no math.
And I do.
So, hey, yeah, they did lie to me. Child support every day. All right, lit public safety.
Next one up is the public safety.
So last year, that line was 329,300, the full-time dispatchers.
How much was it?
329,300.
Group insurance stayed the same, 138, 600.
Again,
Office supplies stayed the same.
yeah, the uniforms were the only thing added in supplies.
Postage was 100. Uniforms was in here, it was 2,000, it went down to 1,300 as the request.
Out of public safety?
Yeah.
Wearing apparel, yeah, it just didn't have any, it's wearing apparel
It
slash
goes to
uniform, okay.
1,300.
So 13, so that stays the
The
same.
contract services changed pretty drastically, but on
But
that
it
form,
does
it's
Nixle.
all laid out to what they are minus Nixle, so it actually needs to be
467. $28,1192.
Are we doing the police one, that online training? That was an option, they said when they were in here. $1,610.
I just did everything
I'm
without
sorry,
Nixle.
say that again.
What is it?
Do you guys wanna do the police one training? It was $1,610.92. It's an online training.
Was it
They
used?
could use. It was something I think they were asking for in a contract.
I will
They
tell you,
should
and I'm
use
going
it.
back, my days. We had something very similar to that, and the guys used it and got a lot of training out of it. A lot of training that was on record being trained,
Right.
so it was cheap training.
No, I agree. I think it is, if everybody's good with it.
I'm good with it.
And I say at least one is easier for them to get trained on than have to go to
It's
someplace.
sort of hard to tell what
They
they
get
used
online.
last year because
So
the contract line was only 5,000.
Contract line needs to be $25,911.
I got 28,192.
$92. The Nixle comes out of it.
I did. 14,300.
What else other than Nixle?
There's WTH mapping at 4,200. There is the WSI that we've had to fund as additional.
I
which
get
is the
28,111.92.
Return priority EMD is 5436, 2,500 for Tom Shelby, and 1610
92 for the police one.
92 for police one. You're right, Heather, I'm sorry. 28,111.92,
38, what?
111.92.
Give me that one. Dues and subscriptions. Do they even have dues and subscriptions?
Subscription stay the same.
It was zero. They didn't fund it because of a screw up with the director. It has to be what it is. We had to fund it around.
Supervisor.
The supervisor stipend is what they paid to, like if there's not a supervisor there, I think you get a little bit of money to be the lead dispatcher or something. It's like, it's not much.
Make somebody responsible.
It's $1,800.
There.
And then the repair and maintenance, they moved it to 15, equipment to 25. And that was the give and take, I think, from last year.
Yeah.
That one was good, so.
get that 77,1192 plus 3,400 plus 467900. Come up with $542,011.92 out of lit.
Say that again.
542, somebody check my math though. $542,011.92 out of lit public safety.
So we talked about over $50,000 off that.
Yep,
542.
542,011.92.
Yeah.
Okay, now I gotta do the 122 to statewide 9115. So looking
So
at.
do you have lit on this thing already? On this?
No, if you go back to the,
Yeah, you. lit
Yeah, oh, there you
public Safety.
yeah, PS.
So it is 542,011.92.
Okay, and then if you go into 122, just looking at, so IDEX, so 65,000 here.
So he does decide to keep the police.
Yeah,
That IDAX coordinator, the stipend that's paid to the state 911, it's been 1,200 for a long time. Part-time was 65,000 last year, is that where we're going?
Yes, sir.
The dispatch supervisors, they were broke out, so stay on one. They should be 43,843.50.
That's a shift difference.
they work, a later shift, they usually go.
Third shift gets no extra money for it.
Yeah. What are we at? Dispatch supervisors, 80,
43,843.50.
they just lumped them in all together last year.
Yeah.
Okay. Shift differential,
Stays the
1613.
same.
Deputy director,
46,319.
319.
FICA. It stays the same, right? It's the same,
44.
same as last year.
44.
Same with 63,200. What about deferred comp? I show it was more than last year.
Unemployment stays at one.
Wait a minute. Look at deferred comp.
Third comp. It's
Oh.
lower.
Lower, gotcha. So 30,000. Emergency comp,
Comp.
Yeah, that's all.
25. That's the same as last year.
There's a situation going on, that sounds.
I know.
Can you just open it a crack?
Longevity.
Well, Heather, does the door have to be?
It should go down.
I don't-
Let me crack it open.
I do not know why everybody seems to think that the open door policy means that physical door has to be open. It just has to be unlocked and
All
open.
right, good enough.
Zach does the same thing. I'm like, why are you doing that?
On
Like,
longevity,
We've been told that forever.
no,
on longevity, it was 2,000.
but I think that there's no, we might not need 3,600 this year now, so I don't know.
I don't think so.
We might need to ask Mr., what's his name? But, I mean, you don't wanna not have it.
I see you take it back down.
I say you put it at 2,000. I
Oh.
can guarantee you there's at least one ain't gonna get longevity, so that
How,
should be 1,200.
Who all over there would be
Let me
getting longevity?
see if I can have calculate
That
that.
would be Cameron. Does Lucy get hers back?
I think that's
where
what
they
we
went from.
talked about on other employees, was when you leave and come back, they still maintain that longevity. I'm pretty sure that's what
They
they said
cut
on
that
that.
out some years ago, but I'm hearing some get it, some don't. Well, that's,
Yeah, I get it.
No, that's what I
I'm just
heard the other
laughing
day when we were
like, how do you-
discussing that. It's
How
my
do you
money.
not get yourself
No
in trouble?
consistency.
Yeah, later,
I
later.
don't have a problem with you leaving and coming back in it. It's actually an incentive to come back.
I mean, there's gonna be, I don't know, it's
I know it does now.
1,200, 1,300 bucks. What's the difference? Leave it at 36 so we can move on.
Well, let me back
I
up.
don't think they can do a whole lot with it.
Well, that makes that budget category, somebody check my math, 366, 419.
What is it?
366, 419.
Did somebody check my math though?
19.
Okay.
Yeah,
Pretty close.
Oh, wait a minute, did I have the IDAX coordinator in there? Somebody ain't checking my math, 65,000, 43,840, 350, 43,8, 4350,
No.
16, 13,
You gotta keep that at 12.
46,
It's
319,
down, it was 24.
44, 123, 62,
Travel mileage stays the
200,
same,
1,000.
Training and seminars, just cut 1,000. So it's at 5, it was 6.
Don't go on without me, I'm still doing math here. 367, 619.
What was it?
367, 619, I didn't have the IDAX. Okay, medical director,
367, what, 719?
yeah, no, 357, 619, but I wish someone would check my math just to make sure.
I will this next category,
Okay. Medical director,
1,200,
travel mileage,
3,000,
training and seminars,
5,000. That's 9,200.
telephone, 40,000,
40,000, so that's 4,000,
so everything stayed the same, so that would be
49.
49,200 plus what I got in 367, 619, 416, 819.
Your longevity will go back to 2,800 with who's currently there.
So what's the budget for that then?
You just leave it at 36.
Leave it, if they need it, then leave it.
So I get
Because what
four,
if somebody else comes back? They got it. 416, 819,
what I got out of 1, 2, 2, 2.
819.
819.
Oh,
I gotta take a break.
Right.
I have to make a phone call. I have to go back.
I'm with
Oh, you want a break too?
you. Yes.
Do you want to mute this real quick or just leave it?
Mute it.
I would mute it if we're on an official break. Yep.
You're unmuted.
All right, after a break, we're back, let's talk EMS. I guess, first question's gonna be, Nick is asking for raises, they're not 10% like was put in other budgets, but he is asking for some raise.
I tried to get back in here.
Are we doing that? Are we holding him to 25 like everybody else? What's everybody's thoughts on that?
What's this one?
EMS, talking raises, are we gonna let Nick do raises, or are we holding them to
Not right now.
25 like everybody else?
I'm holding everybody to 25 for right now.
His phone number's changed.
My thought on that
You
is
can have
there's
that.
so many other
Thank you.
places around here biting at the tails of people from EMS, many other counties and states or cities that are looking for people. That may be the only incentive we got to keep them here.
I mean,
Nick can afford it. I mean, it's all out his.
in all honesty,
Nick can't afford it. Nick is still gonna be on the county tax roll at $400,000 without we do something about that.
well, the 345 is what the county puts into that.
Well,
So,
345.
Do we wanna do something about that, or do we wanna leave it at 345? Because other than that, it's self-funded outside of the 345, but I will tell you, there's counties, and I hate to compare us to others, but there's counties south of us paying for a private entity. 345 would be a pretty awesome bargain that they would jump on in a heartbeat,
Well, I
That's
won't argue,
exactly what the surrounding auditors say.
because they
well, I
pay,
won't argue that one bit, guys, but EMS is sitting on $1.2 million liquid cash. And we're gonna throw another 345 into it when we don't have it to throw into it. Now, there's my problem. It ain't that I'm saying they don't damn well deserve it. I'm saying we don't have it. Now, we're fixing to take out a huge bond tonight to make up a lot of these shortfalls. And right there's $345,000 of our shortfall. That's all I'm
How
saying.
much it take us to get by the rest of the year? Can you give me an estimate? I mean, I'm going by numbers here. Paige, the other day, we had 515,000. Now,
And her
I'm just
first-
gonna use that to I have to go with the lower amount.
And then she came back and said we had 1.8.
I think the answer,
She did say we had 1.8 million?
I think the answer to that, John,
Thank you.
is we will get through 25. As long as you don't do crazy spending, you could hold your head above water in 25.
Well, and
The
the-
problem is gonna be whenever you walk into 2026, you're zero, and there's no possible way Jennifer can function with zero starting balance,
Well,
and you have nothing to fall back on if
but
something
if
happens.
if I'm correct, which I must have been blind and deaf or something, that meeting, she said we have 1.8 million to get by the rest of the year.
This was the second, and I can make you a copy of that.
1.8 million.
That's
That's
you got
what
a
Paige
lot-
said, right?
You got a lot of appropriations coming still.
Well, I mean, we've got 4 months left. Until somebody show me something different, I have trouble.
With the appropriations, what will we have left?
I don't know yet. I have not been able to get a good number on our appropriations this week.
But we'll talk to her about it
Does
tonight.
this include the appropriations for this last month that was about 500,000? And she's saying we still have 1.8 million
She
after
said
that?
1.8, which is more than I'm.
That's more than I came up. I sent you that.
I won't, I mean,
That I
just
have.
me personally, guys, and I don't wanna put us on the
You guys got
bad way,
copies
but
of that the
it's
last
hard for
time,
me to
correct?
vote for bond
Okay, let me
if there's
get
even a chance we got.
You want my
one.
copy?
I'll print them because of a copy of them.
But there may be a point where I'll turn around and say, I'm wrong here, I gotta do something.
I think you get through these numbers and you're gonna start 26, you gotta have something in the
Yeah.
bank to start it.
Well, and I don't know, she'll have to answer too. I don't know, our next amount of money comes in, what, December?
For what?
What
Uh,
the-
Lit
the
and
general
stuff?
fund.
January.
General fund money. Well, we have to have it by January.
What the question to Paige
So,
was the other day,
anyway, well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
what the question to Paige was, what are we gonna have left at the end of the year? And her answer was $1.8 million.
I don't know why we're cutting anybody. We got 1.8 million. If, very
Well-
big if.
I don't know that.
Yeah, I know, I just.
Yeah, I don't know how accurate none of it is either. That's my problem.
You know, what if it's 650,000?
You guys all know, we've been through this for all, even in
Instead of like
my 6 or 8
1.8.
months.
Well,
One meeting you got something, next meeting you broke, back and forth,
Yeah.
back and forth. And I'm listening, I mean, I'm
No,
not
I'm-
mind here anytime, but
I'm not negating what you're saying, I just,
I know,
can't hang
I think we
my hat
gotta
on a
get
number.
prepared.
I think you better be ready to go.
I think
And
so.
Jump through all the
If you
steps,
do that,
by the
like-
time you get to this,
well,
In my understanding, it's 2 months it takes to initiate this thing.
something like that, cause I think tonight.
well,
I hope for them.
when we've got
Yeah.
$1.2 million laying there that he can use to fund the EMS with, it's laying right there. I am not going to put another 345.
Can you just give me a whole lot?
Well, I'm trying.
My Lord.
I'm not gonna do it. And I'm not gonna take out a bond to be able to do raises.
I'm not gonna, I'm sure I wanna take a bomb for anything. But I will say, I mean,
Do what?
So we're probably gonna have to get a bond. I just-
you're probably right, but it, but, you know, I mean, the man has turned this thing around.
I agree with you, I can't
I don't
argue
even, have we even talked, you talked to him?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Well, he helped us last year. Maybe we could ask him if he can decrease his amount requested.
I threw something out, about got my head chopped off the other day. I mean, I don't wanna do this unless we have to, but even redevelopment could give a little bit of money over the sheriff, or it's not sheriff, it's probably sheriff's office. To free up some money.
Jennifer, are we sure at this point that the twenty
We've got
twenty-four
every fire
bills
department out.
that were paid in 2025 have
If
been
we're in
taken out
bad
of the
shape,
sheriff's appropriation?
I don't wanna do any of those things till it looks like we have to.
I just
I know.
hard to tell you guys what to do when I don't trust the number, because that's way more than Jennifer
more.
shows that we would have to appropriate, way more than I show, way more than he shows.
Well, I think we have to put a low number, whatever that is.
I think it is tough. I think you're right. You know, nobody's gonna question that Nick's doing a heck of a job, and it's a,
He
you know,
is a
they got a-
phenomenal job.
great crew out there.
And the
And
money.
we'd hate to lose any of them because of numbers. But I get everybody's concern as well, that yes, they're self-sustaining for the most part. Obviously, we're chipping in a little, but at the end of the day, it kills morale when nobody gets raises for 2 years and another department does, you know, so that's a tough decision too,
Well,
because.
they did get raises last year
They
to
did.
EMS.
Yeah.
They did.
And it was just.
Well, that's what
That
I'm
was out
saying.
of their own money,
If-
right?
If they were
Yeah.
getting raises year after year when the rest of the county is not. And, I mean, granted, that's happening other places that, you know, but it is a morale killer, there's no doubt. I mean,
Sure is.
you know, when no one is getting raises, but there are certain departments that are, it's just tough. It is tough. But like you said, you don't want to get yourself in a position either of chop, 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 you know, and then the next thing you know, you're in a predicament like we were in the past, or some of you guys were in the past with that same department.
But it's hard for me to float on. And I wouldn't wanna take, how much money you got out there? 1 point some
It's
million?
1.2 rough.
I wouldn't wanna take, I'd be like, not just there. I'm throwing out 2 or 3 things where I think we can come up with about 500,000.
So when we,
The
Nobody
problem I
wants
see with the bond is if you look at the column that has the pink and red, that's the end of 26, and you're 3 million in the hole in the general fund. So you have to almost accept a bond while you can now due to this judgment to offset the 26 number with what the spending has been in the county, because you got
Well, it's
9 is
it's
coming
because
in,
we're
you're
not
spending
cutting any
14
spending.
going out.
You know,
so,
there's plenty of, you know, Baker Tilly has sat right here the last 3 years and said either raise taxes or stop spending.
And I think that's the crossroads you're at right now,
And-
because ultimately a bond is going to raise taxes to pay for it. You have to raise them enough to pay the bond and to sustain the services that you're paying for.
But we're looking at throwing
I don't think.
$350,000 into a bucket that's already got 1.2 million in it. That's growing every month.
Here's my question, this is just education on my end. When you talk 1.2 million, is that just money sitting there that we're just looking at going, wow, we got
That's his
1.2
operating
million?
line.
Or is that 1.2 million going to sustain after trucks, to sustain equipment,
That is,
stretchers,
that is,
lifts?
that is what the fund has grown up to.
That's the balance of the fund, but with EMS, he also, I think Nick's being conservative because he doesn't know what he's bringing in. But I think at this point, you've had a longevity enough with your EMS system to be able to average what's coming in. It's not like property taxes where you can say, okay, this is our assessed value, our tax rate is this, we can expect to bring in $9 million. EMS, if you have let's say you have a slow month or your billing doesn't come in, you know, you could be, but all in all, it's sort of like practicing law, having a law practice. At the end of the year, you always make about the same. So I think now we have enough longevity in the EMS service, don't you, to say, he made 4 million last year, we're probably gonna make about 4 million this year.
There's an unknown concern here too, I think, with, I don't know if it's gonna affect them or not, but Medicaid has been cut quite a bit, and I don't know if that's gonna affect, it could be, we'll see what happens, there's an unknown there. They could lose money, people not making their payments.
Have you read the bill about the, you're talking about federal Medicaid cuts?
Yes.
I don't think there's any cut. As a matter of fact, the Medicaid allowance for EMS services and ambulance services have went up a bit. The cuts to Medicaid, and I've read the whole, it was like a $1,200 page bill.
I
Read the whole
think you're
thing.
both
It's
right
not
though,
cheap.
I don't think they cut Medicaid, but I think they tightened down the strings on it of what you can submit for. So it's not necessarily they cut the
Right.
money out, but it's people that were abusing the system now can't
Okay.
meet the requirements to abuse the system. Does that make
I'm
sense?
okay with that, except that I won't quit abusing the system.
It's gonna make it harder, at
Somebody's
least.
gonna pay it, and I know what
Right.
it's gonna be.
Well, Nick had the-
So I don't know what I'm saying, whether he's gonna need to.
And I guess, and that's why I say you're both right, because in theory,
What's that?
them cutting back on,
The bad people.
right,
Or the-
is probably gonna ripple to his income
They could say yes,
because
they
the
could say
people
no.
that were
It doesn't
milking
benefit
Somewhere along
cannot.
the line-
Cannot now get ambulance service.
somewhere along the line, it's gonna be better.
There's more
But you're always gonna have a
Well,
certain amount of
Shane,
people,
you said
and even
last time that
if
was basically covered
a lot of
by
people aren't covered on Medicare or Medicaid, they're private paying
Right.
ambulance. So I mean, I think all in all, you're not gonna see a
Work.
huge change in your revenue. Because if 700 people need an ambulance this year, 700, about 700 are gonna need it next year. When you're in an emergency situation, you're not gonna fail to call an ambulance
Yeah.
because your Medicaid tax.
So it may actually.
Yeah.
work
Now you might have to go
against
to collections, but I think all in all,
I think there is people who would not.
His rates may go up because of
If you
my
didn't have
mom
the
will
money
not
to
call
pay
me,
it.
calls us
Not
a
having
certain
enough.
provider. She makes me take her to the
Not
hospital.
having.
But anyway, I think there's an unknown number, we're not sure what's gonna happen there.
Well, I
He got-
agree.
He got a good cushion there.
So.
Same with Senate Bill 1 though.
Yeah.
We don't know what's gonna happen there either.
Back to
We gotta
that.
go with historic.
Obviously, Johnny's all in with strip it out. I mean, I don't know. Do we meet in the middle and, you know, I don't know.
I told you my thoughts, and he's gonna yell at me, but
I will say,
there's other money there.
I will
They
say
could be
what,
self-sustaining at this point.
what he has got coming out of lit is PERF, which is his employee retirement, group insurance, which he has to be lumped into the county group insurance. He's asked to do his own, and I think that's not happened as of yet. But he's paying a portion of the group insurance for everybody. Workman's comp, paying a portion of that for everybody. Now, I will say, the good thing about using it out of lit for those three items is if we don't use all of it, it does revert back to lit. But
But lit public safety, there's the one that our balance is very low.
I agree.
And
I'm not
We're gonna have
nitpicking
to
any of this,
pay-
I'm just saying,
if we
these
don't
are,
bond, we're gonna have to take the sheriff.
these are the answer, the questions and the decisions that need to be made.
He's gonna.
We either keep funding a department that can fund itself. At least for a year or two, EMS will be fine. I don't underscore the job that Nick has done out there. It is a simple, do I want to put more tax burden on my taxpayers? Or do I want that department to stand on its own? Now, every one of you guys know damn well, I beat these numbers to death. Nick can stand alone, or we can put the burden on the taxpayer to keep funding a bucket that's already full.
Would you be willing to help out the sheriff's department with redevelopment?
Me, no,
Okay,
no,
why?
but because that's not.
And I realize, yeah, it is that too. If we can give the fire department, we can give the sheriff's office.
And I don't doubt that either. I just know
And I-
what we've got in works.
And I get it, and I don't even totally blame you, because I know you got some good projects going on. But so does Nick. And it's life-saving what he does.
Well, I think what I
And he's
hear,
got $1.2 million laying to do them with.
They've probably got 2 or 3 million.
what I'm hearing you say is that you think at this point in time that it should be, he's all self-funded out of his fund and see if he can make it. If not, you're open for
I'm
an
willing to
additional
do both.
appropriation, but you're not willing to give him public safety lit out of the gate to pay for those items. Is that what you're saying?
That's a fair assessment, yes.
I sort of feel like Nick was here, he could have probably addressed it.
Mhm.
But I think that he also had his time with you guys. I don't know that I mean, he's got 1.2 million
That's the number he give us.
in the account.
Yeah.
But does that include the rest of the year? I mean, is he gonna be able to make it for,
That,
at the
that,
end of this year, is he gonna have
That's what-
1.2 million?
that fund has
Because to
grown.
me, if the balance is anything 345 or over, then yes, he should be able to self-sustain.
Well, that fund has grown every month. You can sit right here and look at his own numbers. That fund grows, now, it's not a lot, but it grows a little bit every month. Now, Nick's goes like this. You know, it takes little dips when he makes payroll and then it goes back up. But this is my third year on this council, and every month Nick has been able to keep that working up. Well, the ideal of letting him keep all that money was to get him to eventually where he is 100% self-sustaining. And I believe he is there now. And we've got choices to make, and these damn tough choices. I don't want to take out, I'm not against taking out a bond if we got to take out a bond, but I'm all for cutting what we can cut, where we can cut it, and then we take out an appropriate bond to make up the difference. Now, that's where I'm at on it.
No, I mean, I think that's a fair
That's a good way of looking at it.
assessment.
I'm
It's
not
small.
gonna beat for that part.
You know, I can't
Well,
negate it.
when everybody puts the kind of hours in these numbers right here that I've put into them, you'll come to the same conclusion I have. You're not gonna sit here and say, well, we're just gonna have to take out a $6 million bond. There is ways of making some cuts right now that we don't have to take out that kind of a bond. I know we need some money left for 26. And the fact of the matter is, if we tighten our belts down, we will be all right. We're not gonna live like rich folk, but most of the people that I represent in this county don't live like rich folks either. And we're fixing to put a hell of a burden on them by overfunding stuff that don't have to be overfunded. Now, I'll get off my soapbox and y'all do whatever you want to do, but I'm not voting for a bond. I'm not going to keep funding something that's got money that doesn't need the funding. I'm just not doing it.
I'm not sure I will either, but I think we need to look at all the funds, not just one or two.
So what we
You know
doing,
what I'm talking about.
what we doing with Nick?
I'm not gonna do anything with him right now.
I'm not going to give raises.
Ending and move on? All right.
Yeah, I would like to talk to him personally and look and see, because I 100% agree with what you're saying. And if it's climbing like this continuously, then yeah, maybe that is the right. But if
Do we need to
putting
guard him in
more of
license
that $350,000 in his,
and the help?
in his
Who's over that?
lap, is that gonna make this start doing this?
I'm okay as long as it stays doing this.
Right.
But
And I agree with that.
It isn't out of general or anything.
All I care is.
No, it's got its own fund.
Right.
And it's
But
And as long as it's not gonna
they're
affect the
asking for
quality
the
of
raises
service,
too.
equipment, so on.
Oh,
How about
Cause you're
that?
right, it does
Only I
hurt,
see is
but that's
the
why
match.
I've
Yeah,
said
it's a
from the
grant
start,
fund.
instead of us sitting at this table trying
just leave
to manage departments, why don't the departments manage departments and we look at it and say 10% cut across the board, come back with your budget?
Something I've learned.
Did we do
Because
health
there's
department?
budgets in here that we're not cutting,
We didn't do
and
health
then there's
department.
budgets we are. So in theory, if we're really gonna be fair and get down to brass tacks, it should be across the board. Hey, everybody cut your budget 10%, come back and see us.
Some of these budgets are so tight to begin with, there is not 10% M2 cut. You know, the 3 years that I've been here, some of them budgets have not gone up, might as well say nothing. While others have jumped tremendously.
You on the health department or?
You know, you can't go ask Diane Cozart, for instance, that runs one of the tightest budgets in this county, to cut her budget by 10%. It's physically impossible. She can't do it. And then you've got a department that's sitting on a small fortune.
I think Nick's department's a little different just because it is producing the revenue. I don't disagree with you that I think he can be self-sustaining, but I think Nick's department's a little bit different.
Absolutely.
It's not looking at tax dollars to sustain him, other than taxpayers are paying their bills for their medical service, which is either gonna go to a private ambulance company or the county. And Nick has done a good job of making sure those revenues come to the county. I think the other people that overspend in the budget are directly using tax dollars, so it's a little bit different in your assessment, your analysis. I think your problem is, we're going to have to go into debt because of one person's overspending. We need to be cutting elsewhere. You feel like EMS should be self-sustaining at this point
I've always
and take
said that.
none out of the lit and property tax.
I've always said that.
Has Nick had?
Is that a pretty good
a talk on it?
assessment?
I mean, is he- I don't know, I haven't talked to him, is he okay with any of this? You talked to him. I don't know.
Last year he helped us out. We were 600 and some thousand and he came in and said, I can do, if you take 200 off, I can handle that.
And I think that's why most of the table is having a hard time with it, because a guy that's busting his tail
Oh, he
to do
absolutely has.
everything right,
Yeah,
and then he's bending over backwards to help us,
right.
and it just, we feel guilty
Yeah,
chopping the guy's legs out, you know?
But
It's-
last year you talked to him, and that, I mean, that's the way to go at it, you act
Right.
like you did last
Well,
year. I think.
this is not cutting his legs out under him, guys. He's got $1.2 million, for God's sake.
Well, it sounds like from past experience, he's willing to help.
And he is, he
So
absolutely.
he's took another 100,000 on this year.
I mean, I'll call him right now and say, is it going to be a big hardship on you? But I mean, I think
We're not calling Nick today.
we'll just pin and
Yeah.
we're gonna pin it.
We're not calling Nick today,
Well,
because he's done something that he can't.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
I'll get.
I
with
wanna
you
ask-
later if you guys want, I'm not calling him today.
I get what you're saying, but there's also, I agree that Nick's done a tremendous job of getting that
Absolutely.
profitable. He's always willing to bend, whereas other people that are overspending don't give a crap that they're that it's causing an issue. So I think that the council, what I'm hearing is, you think he should be self-sustaining. They all agree, but we should give him a little leeway in what help we can, because he's always tried to help the county
And I
with
really-
his self-sustaining funds.
Right. And you really hate to say this, but let's just face the facts of this life we live in. Morale, it's a huge thing. And when you start cutting down that morale and a person says, you know what, forget this. And we get back to a situation we were in prior, and we're coming back to this table going, oh my
Because
God.
now we can't get paramedics, we can't get EMTs.
Right, and we can't find a director that's gonna be able to sustain
Yeah.
the organization because we've killed the morale. And that's,
Yeah.
you hate to say that
That's a hard
because,
job anyway.
It is,
I mean,
it
it
is.
really is.
and like we all know, let's just be honest, at this table, morale is touchy at all times.
I agree.
Hey, I don't know
They've
if it,
got him.
I don't know if anybody wants to know, but in 25, the perf, the group insurance, and the workman's comp line stayed exactly the same as what they were funded in 25, so nothing is increasing 25 to 26.
Well, if Paige's numbers are correct too, as far as morale goes, I'll go back to that because I don't want anybody at this table to forget. You guys said, yeah, we can't do raises in our budget, but we'll look at the end of the year as what we can do with bonuses. And if Paige's numbers are correct, or even if, let's say we have between $1 million and $1.8 million at the end of this year, I mean, obviously, we're gonna have to probably dip into that unless we do the bond, but And even if we do law, we might have to, but you still would have plenty to do those bonuses, because I guess my concern, and this isn't a legal concern, this is more of a morale concern, is that if you have a second year with no raises and you don't do anything for those raises we didn't give last year and weren't able to give,
Right.
then we are gonna have more than just CMS morale issues.
And there's
You're
a
gonna have-
small, it's
How
a
about the
small.
morale of our taxpayers that get up and go to work every day? And we're gonna take more and more money from them to keep the morale of our people up. I mean, what, you know,
I think we all
I get it.
understand that too, Johnny. I don't think anybody at this table
But do
wants
you,
to bankrupt the citizens of this community.
how happy do you think they're gonna be when their tax rate stays the same, but they don't have, they're down 3 people, 3 EMTs, they can't get an ambulance when they call, or they come into the clerk's office to file something.
Ultimately, I
and
think
they
as a
can't do that.
taxpayer,
And
you gotta weigh
And let's just,
services provided
right,
to the money that's bringing in.
and sitting
And that
here,
is the job of this.
Yeah, and sitting here, there's not one of us that want to put a burden on taxpayers. But is Walmart worried about going bankrupt for not raising their prices when the, cost of living raises? All these restaurants, there's not a restaurant in this county and or a store in this county that their prices hasn't increased by
Drastic.
Astronomical.
Yes, over the last 2 years. And government's no different. We can't continue to sustain off nothing. It just can't. I manage a department where vehicles have doubled in price in the last 10 years.
And gas.
And guess what? My budget hasn't doubled for sure. So at some point, there is a crossroads. And I don't know what that is. I'm not saying, I don't know. I don't know what that answer is. But I do know you can't continue to manage a pocketbook with the same amount of funding for 20 years. It's just not gonna happen, no matter what it is.
Well, let's throw the pending tag on EMS. You got any soapbox left? Let's talk health department, because that's the next one up.
I think there needs to be cuts there too. I mean,
I mean,
I'm going to bring Johnny a huge pair, those scissors when you do a ribbon cutting? And I'm bringing you one of those pairs of scissors, cut.
ultimately,
I feel like the health department needs, what Johnny said last time he was here, that she said she can have enough for this year, but then 26 could, after 26, it's going to be hard. I think we need to cut people now where she has money, because
I mean,
next year, we're not going to come up with that money.
ultimately, you can argue all day, we might make it to the next 4 months of 25, but the people we pay to give us numbers is telling us in 26,
Oh, yeah,
you ain't gonna make the end of the year. So, something's gotta
But I
change.
bet on this budget, who did she hire with the money that she lost on this budget here? How do you know that? That's, because I don't know what these people are. But we stand on this year,
If I remember correctly, and I'm working off of memory, but I think we hired 3 people with that grant, right?
So, 3 people.
and I think we need to cut 2 of them back this year to try to sustain that department for a long term.
Yeah, exactly.
The hoping we get grants, when grants are drying up, they're telling us on one hand, well, we think we might get this grant. And then on the other hand, they're telling us, well, grants are drying up.
Well, and they got some substantial raises in 25 because of that grant.
very substantial.
So I think at a bare minimum, we probably need to back off any kind of personnel increase 25 to 26.
There's so many funds here.
Well, the grants are unknown. You never know if you're gonna get them from
Right.
year to year, so.
But she lost $564,000 in grants. That's more than 3 people.
That was supposed to have been basically guaranteed for 10 years?
10 years, 5
Yeah.
or 10, wasn't it?
Yeah, so you
When
never
in that health first in,
rely on
it was
What, the last 2
supposed to
years
be
or
an
more?
agreement.
5.
Yeah, I think for 5 at least, and then the new
I
building
looked
come
along
in.
there like that, I remember.
So I think a start would be, let's go through this kind of like we did, let's back personnel down, see where we land, but her intention is to maintain using old grant money that was just sitting. The problem with that is
But when it runs out, she's like,
It's
wow,
gone.
27.
it's not sustainable,
No, exactly,
so,
exactly. So let's do that. We're gonna do the salaries.
okay. Administrator is 69,676. So this was 676. Public health nurse one, let me find that, 62,410.
What was the administrator?
The administrator 69,676.
Why is it 0 in 25?
The what?
25, that one's showing 0.
Which one?
It says 69,676, spent 40,023. Are you looking at the same fund?
Yeah, I'm looking at what we approved last year. Give me a
Why is
So
FICA
what
went
we're
up
doing,
so much?
62, 14. And then
FICA per
sanitarian one, that was 58,656. Prep coordinator was 41,508. Registrar 37,003.
That's probably the same one, right?
It is. Should be,
Board members per diem.
it stays the same. 24. Longevity there, 5,000.
I don't understand why perf, FICA, and group insurance have like astronomically went up. I mean, I would understand why they would, but it's much different than it was last year, right?
Their raises and the
Insurance at
extra employees they added last year.
Yeah, but 50 to 95,000 for insurance.
That's crazy. What she spent.
I don't know. So FICA last year out of this fund was 10,000 appropriated and they've only spent 7, but she's asking for 29,000. I think that should go back to 10. They haven't even spent the 10 we gave them this year, right? This perf was 25,000, they've only spent 12, and they're asking for 38. I would think
About 15.
on perf,
What do we do on FICA?
I would say 20.
Group insurance as of right now in Lao is showing she's $15,000 upside down in group insurance.
Well, then that might be the problem, but yeah, when this was
But that-
printed, it was 7,000.
So that's at 65,442 right now.
Maybe 75.
So if you got the rest of the year, you're probably what?
So 10 on FICA, 25 on perf, and 75 on group insurance.
So tell me, what's on the group life disability, that's still 2,000?
Why is that separated out? Do we know? What's $2,000 on group life and disability? But then you have group insurance.
That's probably like,
That's probably life insurance and disability insurance.
Yes.
All right.
And then the group insurance is the health
It stays at
insurance.
2,000.
so what are we doing on FICA?
10,000 on FICA, right? 25 on.
It was 10,000 this year, and there's only $1,200 left in there. So I don't think 10,000 is gonna cover it.
15.
15.
I think you might want to look, because she's got her, everything is spread. I think your group life and FICA is following your employees, and she's got them budgeted out of different, budgets. Where you're looking just at the 1159,
Mm-hmm.
you should like the 1161, maybe kind of look at everything together.
Well, hard.
I don't know how.
Well, that would be even more.
Yeah, that's even more.
So,
I mean, I think like 1161, that deferred comp FICA on purpose just for that one nurse. The way I took it is these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 administrators in the salary, that's their longevity group life and perf, right?
That's the way I think it.
Okay, so 15,000 FICA. What do you want to do for perf?
Perf was 25, and there's 11,000 sitting in there, so I think leave it at 25. Cause you spent 13, you got 11 left for 4 months.
Group insurance,
75 on that?
35,000.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them, 1,500 unemployment is same as last year.
Yeah.
Deferred comp, 20,500. what was it this year?
10,000,
10,000 and she spent
37.
5,000, so why,
spent 6 now, so she's got 3,700 left.
so what do you wanna do with that one?
You want?
Put it at 10,
That sounds good.
10,
10,000? And then 600,
trainings, it
500,
was 600, she's only spent $90 of it.
443, 806.
Special meeting sanitarian, that was 500 before.
What we put on that 500? We're doing 600 on the meeting training.
Yeah, I guess leave those the same, 600, 500, 500. Operating supplies. Guess that's like. I don't see operating supplies.
I don't see it.
So operating supplies, yeah, I think I had showed that it was the same as last year.
There's a flu and vaccine supplies line that was 2,500, but it's not been touched.
Yeah, no, I
I
don't
don't
see
see
that.
an operating supply, but leave it at 25.
At the end of the day, that's all of our money. None of that go back in general, can it?
No, it's non-reverting.
But the more money you save in this, the more money you got to pay people. But there was a line for flu and vaccine supplies.
And I think that's probably
And
what
I'm
that
guessing
is.
we just moved it to operating, which opens it up to be able to use it more, so I'm good with that one, 2,500. Janitor supplies stayed the same at 1,500.
Okay.
Repairs and maintenance, last year there was a repair and building maintenance for 2,000. They only spent like $200 out of it, they moved 400 out to cover something else, so asking for 15, or for 1,000 this time. I think that's probably fair. Contractual cleaning was 10,800, now it's down to 7,000. Sounds like we're making some cuts there. Trash collection was 1,350 last time. That's pretty much all used up, so she's
Who
1,400.
does the cleaning out there?
Grant and Lisa Connector.
Same ones at the courthouse,
Yes.
but it's a different,
It's a different contract.
okay, all right.
Medical
And they
waste,
did go from 2 buildings at the
she
health
made a
department.
cut there. Yeah. Yeah, they had 3.
What'd you do with trash collection?
I left it at 14 because she used a lot of it.
And then 300, so that's 8,700 there.
Workman's comp stayed the same. They haven't used any of
That
that.
7,000 was for 2?
They were, no,
It was 10,000.
I just said it was
Yeah.
10,000,
Oh,
but the Austin facility they closed.
Okay.
So we're
I just want to make sure we didn't skip over that.
2,000.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, oh, no, you're good.
Liability and workers' comp insurance, 20,000 this year, and she's over a line, right?
Yeah, she's over and transfer some money to it, so she's asking for 25.
So that tracks, right?
That's probably fair.
And the cost of insurance has really went up too.
Utilities, 15,000, same. She's on par with where it ought to be.
Equipment repair, 2,000, so it's less. And
Yeah,
then
it's less than
500.
1,050.
Okay, so.
Where's equipment? There wasn't an equipment repair, was
The other was, it was 2,000 last year.
it?
So she's asking for less this year.
Fire extinguisher, the same.
2,250
Fire extinguishers, sliders.
plus 5,000 plus 443,806. I come up with $501,056. 501,056 out of 1159.
You can put that almost down 1,000. 501,056.
Well, 90,000 on the dot paper coming in.
Okay. 1161. Public health nurse was, like, none of this was appropriated this last year.
And I think this stuff was in the Health First Indiana stuff. So I
Was
don't
it in a different fund?
know that we're going to have. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the public health nurse under 11, or I'm sorry, 610 was only 40,000. There was a public health nurse there.
And when they do the ambulance, you do the doctor, what's that under? What's the name of that?
That's the community paramedicine
The only public health nurse that I see was last year
was 40,000.
was $40,000 appropriated. She's asking for 64,000.
We'll move it back to 40. That's a pretty hell-edged jump. But that's only public health nurse I see in there.
I'm looking, no, public nurse,
The other
special
one.
education, 46,246.
The other one was the supervisor and it's at 62,000.
Yeah, that's 62,410. But she's asking for 64 for this one.
What's anybody want to do?
Split the difference. 64,500 and 40, that's $24,000, so 60 or 52.
52.
But is that where the nurses, is that where the state put her at, and then they raised that last year?
They hired a public health nurse. I don't know.
You've got 3 public health nurse. One is a supervisor out of the 1159. She was at 62,410.
62.
You have another one making 40-something thousand out of another fund, and then you have this one at 64. So I don't know what the criteria is, but it seems to me public health nurse 2 should not make more than public health nurse 1 supervisor. Right?
Did this have anything with a grant to it?
I have no idea.
No idea.
All of this.
These
all-
were
think-
created because of grants, and the grants went
No.
away.
Now that, and it's all still kind of grants because we don't really fund it through like general. or
Do you-
lit.
I mean, you can fund it as
Brittany
is.
and have her come and explain.
Yeah, you want to see if she can come by.
Yeah.
Or one of us just go out there and talk to her, and come back with the information on the people.
I think so.
That might be a,
I think on the employee stuff, yeah, I think you're gonna have questions.
get down the employee stuff and look at office supplies,
Yeah,
get through all this.
okay.
It was 3,000 last year. We're going 3,000 again.
Yeah.
Medical supplies
This
was
is all that.
$12,000. Yeah, 1161. 4798 40 seemed pretty particular, so I'd say just go back because it was 12,000 last year. Contract services was 35. It's at 12. 66779, which seemed. Professional services was 10,000, which was 7,500.
So basically, we covered stuff on a lot of this stuff already.
And mosquito spraying, which they tend to not. It was 4,000 last year. I don't have it.
What's that?
No, they didn't use anything.
They didn't. They need to. License fees, HCD. Are we leaving 4,000 for mosquito spray?
They
Spray?
didn't use none of
They
it.
didn't use it.
Let's take it, at least take it down to 1,000, do some in it.
We'll say 1,500.
Oh, that's not too.
1,500 on mosquito spray.
Yep, medical waste.
Did you keep 750 on license and fees?
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably a licensure they probably have to have.
Mm-hmm.
Waste disposal, probably, just, maybe different either, is it?
I don't see it on this one last year.
Why is that split between two different funds?
Because she's trying to get rid of this
Trying to
money.
get rid of-
Gotcha, okay.
I don't see any medical waste disposal. It could be though, some of these grades are going away, she's going to have medical waste disposal. Oh, medical waste disposal last year,
1151.
yeah, and it was 600 last year out of 1159. So she might have done 300 and 300, right? Or 600 and 300 or.
So you wanna do 300 here?
No, it's not.
She's got medical waste disposal here on the first one,
300.
at 300.
Let's do 300 on this one.
300 on that one too.
There.
So 300 on that one.
Yeah.
Vehicle repair was 800, asking for 1,000. I guess I need to go find this fund.
That's probably not a line, is it?
Jennifer printed it, printed it out. Last year,
Dragging somebody down the road.
Well, we got wheels on, at least we're, no other tires.
Now it's square wheel.
I don't see it.
1161.
Let's see that.
Vehicle repairs was $800. She's only spent $65 out of it, 64.18.
Okay, Brittany sent me a text that the public health nurse number 2 was half in the immunization grant last year, and they lost that grant.
That's why it's different. So what is their salary? Is it right now? I mean, I can't go look, I guess.
She still wants it, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
So vehicle repair, where we at on that?
Public health nurse number 2,
800 again, I guess.
looks like that is 58,658.60.
58,658.60. Okay.
650.
She's wanting to go to 64.
Sorry, John, I lost my place.
Yeah, 10% would be,
58,658.60.
would be 5,000, so. Right? So 10% would be almost 10,000 and that's, no, that's not enough.
That's not.
Maybe she did 5%. Well, now I'm out of sorts because I was into number 3, other supplies and services, but 58,658.60.
10% would be
Okay.
64. All right. Telephone and MiFi was 3,800,
How much has she spent?
25,
Oh, okay. 3,800 again?
3,800 again, sounds good to me.
We can go back and do all that, for our comp.
Yeah, we'll get up there in just a second. I'll drop back there. Liability and malpractice. That sounds important.
That's probably a set fee on that.
That's really important.
Yeah.
I don't see it in there. though.
It might have been in a different
Could
fund,
have
hold
been a
on.
different fund.
And that's what's hard about hers and probation.
800.
Bottom page, 850 for insurance.
That's probably.
Okay.
I'd say leave the 850 on it.
Okay,
Internet and cable was $4,000 and they haven't used any of it.
is that going through somebody else?
What's the telephone, Wi-Fi, and internet cable?
Well, the telephone and MiFi is probably cell phones and those little jet packs. Internet cable, I would guess, would be like what goes in the building up there for them. But they haven't used it, so I don't really know. What do we wanna do on that? Somebody throw out a number.
How much they use?
Zero.
$8,000 in it or something and
Yeah.
move on.
10,000 in it.
Good job.
Equipment maintenance was 4,000. They transferred 3,000 of that out. There was $1,000 left in there and they haven't used any of it.
Zero it out. If they can transfer it out, they don't.
0 or 1,000?
1,000.
1,000.
That's good as either one.
They transferred it out. They don't need it.
That brings that section to
Now go back up to
30,000.
work and let Mom put all that.
Well, wait a minute, what about,
They got an
four.
equipment line that was 6,000. She's used quite a bit of it.
so
I'd
six
say it probably
thousand?
stays at 6,000.
Okay,
Alright, then, like you said, you wanna go back to. Deferred comp. Last year was 15,650. And she only went 3,900, cause probably less people were in there.
okay,
I'd say 3,900, leave that. FICA was $22,000 last year. She's got it calculated, I would say, if she's at 4,338.
She's probably got a calculator for that price, so it's actually gonna
Yeah.
be cheaper, so.
It's actually gonna be cheaper on it a little bit,
what is it, what are we doing on it,
like
43?
perf and stuff.
Leave it alone.
I would just leave them all what they are, cause
Yeah.
it's gonna be a little
She
bit cheaper.
calculated that 64,000.
Yeah, if she's got these kind of numbers, I'd say it's figured out for that person.
So what's the vote on that one?
And if we lower that amount of money to,
So out of that fund, I get
658,
135,960.79.
What was that?
135,960.79. Check my math. I think we keep the other one as it is. Are you listening to dispatch?
There.
165 was the last three on that.
96079.
I just wanna make sure I don't need to.
What's the phone number on that?
I'm sorry. We have you today.
1161, 1161. 1168 is the next fund, right?
8104, or yeah, 1168. I just left it the way it was, right?
Yeah, I'd say it's all.
Yeah, it's probably the same.
So 8104.
I didn't see that one,
The next
68.
one,
Summer help, 10,000, 1,000 for that, 11,000 bucks.
I probably should have asked for copies of all of these without anything written about them. Everything's written on them, because it's so confused by the end of it.
8104.
What is it, summer help? I mean, what is that?
$2,499.
I'd be able to work booths and, just an
Just
intern.
talked about that somehow, when she was in there, said something about.
Clinic,
She thought they were gonna.
Well, I understand the need for it.
Because they were cutting
Where it fits into
some
this.
other
Here,
shit
just a
out.
minute, she's texting me.
It says an intern. Don't you get like a 911 or something?
I'm sure it will.
If they say cheap, you gotta go.
Well, we actually had a truck out of service.
They
that
used 3,000.
They called us,
That's how
we
they got
just
used
finished,
3,000.
we now sent you guys down to get it.
So they got,
And I'm not sure if they're back or, yeah.
We doing that.
So it's fun.
8144 now.
What do you think about
And off the line.
$3,000.02.
it's gonna be, this is where she's burning through some of these old contracts, so
Okay,
I don't know that we're gonna be able to look back and see like what she
8104.
spent,
Okay, I'm on.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, she-
did she
get
spend
that
any more
two-
thing
get
out
that
of
2 cents
8104?
out.
Told me very good.
Who saved us now?
Can I have it 02?
I see 8108, 8106. I don't see where she spent anything out of 8104.
Probably did.
So she's
because
probably just a,
It's a COVID testing 2021-22 grant. I can go find out how much is in there if you guys want me to.
I would say there's probably $39,940.02.
That's what I'm
Okay, she
thinking.
said that summer interns we have are usually nursing students or high school kids interested in health. Those are the ones they bring in.
For the $10,000 summer help budget. They're getting paid really high.
How much you say was in there?
39,940.02.
I only show 38,940.02 in the COVID testing grant.
Okay, so instead of 7640 in front of the advertising, put 6640.
That's what I'm thinking.
You want that?
Printing and advertising, just change it to 6640.
And we'll do 38,940 out of fund 8104. That'll zero out. That fund.
38,001.
94002.
Now, this is
County
the hard
printing
one.
and
John wanted to
advertising.
take the 2 cents off.
Take $1,000 out.
Just cut $1,000 out of it.
Okay, now 8106, we did have some appropriations out of it. And I think it was just operating supplies last year.
8106 was a COVID-19 vaccine admin fee.
Yeah, but there was no health officer or anything out of that last year. So, I mean, we can't really put them down at 2025 rates if we don't know what those rates were.
They're,
Where was it taken out last year? Health off, maybe it was taken out of 1161? No.
what do you look?
Yeah, the paramedics were out of there.
Paramedics were at 52,000 last year.
104,000, so 52 each.
The health officer was only 25 last year.
Okay. What about sanitary?
Sanitarian number 2 was 48,916.
Okay. Part-time paramedic was 10,010.
Yep.
Do you wanna leave the FICA program group and all that alone, or what do you wanna do?
I'd say just leave it alone. It won't use that much, but it ain't gonna be a big deal.
Yeah, but it's gonna go back in that fund and she's gonna have,
She's not using anywhere near what that fund is.
okay.
We'll leave all that alone. What do you got in that section? You want me to calculate too?
I got an error, that's what I got, 25,
Error.
1, 2, 3, 4, 8,
I got a fund that won't
916, 52,000, 52,000, 10, 100, 20, 800, 18,503, 18,200, 11,744. Get 257, 263.
Do what now, say?
257, 263. $257,263 out of 8106.
257 what?
257,263. Isn't that right?
I don't know, I got a different number, but
What'd you get?
we'll go with yours.
No, we're not gonna go with my, if it's different.
257, 173 is what I got.
Okay, well, I could be wrong. I got fat fingers. 25,000, 48916, 52,000, 52,000, 10100, 20,800, 18,503, 18,200, 11,744. 257, 263. I've gotten it twice, so re-add yours.
Working on it.
Okay.
It's hard to do when somebody's about.
Oh, sorry, well, I didn't know you were doing it.
Uh-huh,
Well, when you sit beside me, I can see what you're doing, but you chose to sit way over there today.
sorry. Please forgive
I
me.
feel like I did put deodorant on this morning.
Well, I thought I was gonna have to get up and work on this,
Whiteboard.
whiteboard, and I
Uh-huh.
didn't.
How many phones does she got? Oh my goodness.
You know, I was, looking at that and I was gonna ask that question, just how does that work? Cause
They're different grant funds.
well, I mean, do you pay a piece out of all of them?
That's what she's trying to do, it looks like, because she's trying to, now that the grant funding has went away with Senate Bill 1,
Yeah.
she looks like she's trying to run down the balance of these funds.
Yeah.
Because she's lost like over $500,000,
Yeah.
almost more than $1 million,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Because there's some huge astronomical number.
That's why I didn't
So to
ask,
keep
but I
running
assumed
for
that's-
another,
I was
yeah.
right.
Now after this year,
It is weird, because there's, phone coming out of several.
right, but after this year,
All right.
when these funds are depleted,
Heather, we
we
gotta
got
look
grant
at something.
funding. Yeah.
I keep getting 257, 173.
Okay, go the numbers with me. 25,000 for health officer. Justin,
Plus,
while we're talking, you add the numbers. We got 25,000 for health officer, right?
yeah,
48,916 for sanitarian.
all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
52,000 for both paramedics, so 52,000 and 52,000.
Yep,
10,100 for part-time paramedic.
100, I thought you said 1010, so
Yeah.
I thought that was 10,010.
That's what it was.
Last year, it was 10,010, right?
That's-
10,100, okay. So it's supposed to be, that's where we're off then?
I'm guessing.
I'm
And
still trying to
How much do
look.
you have for your paramedics?
52,000. Hold on, let me check make sure. Part-time paramedic was 1,000, yeah, you're right. Not it's not 10,100, it's 10010.
So
And then 20,
257,173.
173, okay. See, I told ya.
Heather made.
What was it now,
My day is
2
done.
I'm not perfect, I never said I was, and I hate math.
173.
That's why I said, I don't wanna make sure that you don't just go with mine,
Why not?
because I don't like math.
Uh-huh.
And I evidently had it in my head, it was 100,
Would've
not
been
10.
wrong. Would've
I was
been wrong.
$90 wrong.
See?
There's where the problem.
Don't tell my husband I don't have a problem telling you guys when I'm wrong.
Right.
Lizzie's got me. I emailed him, I did a public, I was wrong to him.
You were very nice. I appreciate that.
I try to be,
Yeah, I
don't
would-
tell my
I wasn't
husband.
sure I was right.
He'll expect that treatment at home. Okay, public education nurse, where was that out of last year?
What is this one? Oh, 8. Co-ag for emergency response.
That's 8108, right? Last year, we had nothing appropriated, but there were tons of expenditures. How does that happen, Jennifer? Last year, we had 0 appropriations, but we expended $28,000,
And is that in the?
8108.
We expended more than that. We spent $86,000.
At 8108?
Well, it shows here, well, 31,000 maybe, from date span total, sorry. But
How did
there's
that happen?
$189,327 in that account.
Well, I just wanna know what the public health nurse special ed was last year.
Let me go look.
It wasn't in
I
that.
think that might be the school liaison, let me double check it on that one.
Public health nurse RN2 was the one that was 40,000 last year, so that seems about right? Cause 46,000 would be with 10%.
How many public health nurses do we have?
You have one for the school, you have the supervisor, the health department, right? And then you have that other one.
I
No, nothing about health department, I don't really like that health department,
Two out there.
medical director,
Director in one of the schools.
so I don't.
You say, public health nurse for school?
Schools.
This is what, it says education special.
I mean, I would say
Which
it's
school,
probably,
Oscar, Austin, both of them?
I don't know, I
it
know.
would be a 6,000.
Might be somebody who rotates and does 2 days a week at one school or 1 day a week at each school.
Well, the only reason I ask it, I know they have their own school based nurses, education's different thing.
Right.
Are we going 40,000 on this one? Is that what we're doing?
How much was spent last year?
I think this is the one that was 40,000 last year.
So I assume it's gone up a little bit, I mean, I don't, we
No,
don't
for
know.
the nurse, for the salary for the public health and nurses,
Probably have.
I guess. Leave all this other stuff the same like we did. Operating supplies, I don't know where that would have been last year.
Again, we appropriated nothing out of the fund this year, and it was expended, so I'm not sure how that happened, but, nothing was appropriated out of the fund.
So it's
So we
still,
can't really go back to last year unless it was appropriated out of a different fund.
This 11-15-27 public nurse education specialist is a school liaison health educator.
And that was 40,000 last year.
My salary ordinance, it says it was 42,042.
42042, okay. Thank you.
That's 10%.
Oh, 37.
It's operating supplies. the state pool.
There's nothing on it for last year.
Okay, so operating supplies, what have we already done out of the other funds? Because that might be a key. This is a cluster.
This is rough.
Operating supplies, insurance,
Not there.
office supplies, there's one that was 3,000 out of 1161,
Operating supplies was 2,500 and 1159.
1159.
Yeah. I mean, she's gonna probably need more than that. My vote,
Operating supplies 0, but she spent 3,800 out of 8106.
my vote's give her the 20,000 if she's using up this grant. She's got 180,000 in there. If she needs 20 for something, I'd rather it come out of there than,
Because it's gonna go back in there front regardless.
yeah.
So that gets it at 94,442. Is that what you got, JR?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, how many more funds do we have?
All right.
Oh, the next one's probably easy.
What fund is that?
BP4 preparedness. It doesn't have a fund number. What fund number is that?
How do I find that?
CRI. You know what that is, Jennifer? Just says B4 preparedness CRI 2526.
It's a new fund we have to create.
Okay,
How are we creating?
creating it because we're gonna be in the budget ordinance. I mean, the commissioners have to create the fund, right? Have they done that?
No,
Okay, I don't think we can appropriate unless it's created.
we can get it done. Probably in September.
Moving on.
Okay. I'm gonna make a note.
There's another one right behind it for BP4 preparedness base.
Zero on that, then.
Well, yeah, we can't appropriate it, until it's, the commissioners actually create
Where's
the fund.
the money coming from? Is it a grant?
It's her theft grant that she gets every year.
Okay,
The base and CI are different locations within that grant, or within that fund.
okay, well, as soon as the commissioners create it, it has to be left out of the budget. It's not created yet, and we don't have the authority to create it. We don't have the authority to appropriate for funds that's not created, so once the commissioners create the fund,
All right.
might have to be an additional appropriation depending on when they get to that. That makes sense? Kim,
Still got health department 1159.
Yeah,
were you listening? You
I
weren't.
was.
You can say I wasn't
There's been other ones we're running into that people are
That is why we kept the
Okay,
salaries.
well, once the commissioners do it, then they can appropriate it, but they can't do that until
All right.
it's appropriate. I mean, it'd be illegal for us to appropriate something that's not there.
On the highway.
Highway Cume Bridge. Is that where we're at?
Yeah.
Speaking of, we put a bridge in that down there, didn't know what about.
1135.
No one in the track of the
Bridge inspection. Okay, my ass is starting to fall asleep. 60,000 last year.
Bridge. Hold on, let me pull this thing up so I have them.
Okay.
How about bridge, no, that's 69.
HIGA.
I wasn't sure if that was an age.
It's true, it could be. Well, next year we'll have her write H as in horse, I as in igloo.
All right. Bridge inspection on this fund was
70,000, it was 60 last year.
60,000 last year.
Mhm.
And they've used 40 of that, and there's 20 in there. So it's 60. 60.
Say back to
What are you doing?
60,000 on bridge inspection. Repair and maintenance was 160 this year,
He's only
asked for 125. And then bridge 28, I think it was the same as last year.
632. That's our match.
So it'd be-
for the next couple of years.
817. And that's it in that fund, right? So 817,000. Okay, 1169. She put those 1, 2, and 3 together. Culvert 1, 2, and 3 were 20, 40, 60, 80 last year. He's only got 70 this year.
Yeah, give him 7.
Asphalt and paving last year, or 80,000, is asking for 80 this year.
Yeah.
CCMG grant match, same as last year. So 525. Is that it? 525?
Grant match was 375, but he told us it had to be 334 when he was in there.
Last year it was 375.
I think he said it only had to be 330.
Oh, it said two.
Because it's the
Said you can
three.
go to 333, 333, 330. I
So
mean,
do 334 on
Okay.
that.
3,300.
Because that's what he put in for the match thing.
Okay, so 334 plus 80, 411, 414, 514. Is that what you get?
What else is in here?
That's it.
150.
I got 514 out of 1169.
I'm not there. 80,000, 70,000.
And 334,000.
I got 484,000.
Well, I did it by hand, so it might be me. 334,000 plus 70,000 plus 80,000. 484,000. That's what you got, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm not sure where I went wrong, but let me do math by hand. I need a calculator. Okay,
1176.
1176. Do you want me to just pass around Jimmy John's and order Jimmy John's for everybody and work through, or do you want to actually take a lunch? I see Liz and B's shaking his head.
I'm going.
I'm mom of
I
twins. I have eyes in the
No,
back of
I
my
really
head.
don't care.
I'm going to meet somebody for lunch. So I can't do
No,
that.
wait a minute.
So,
You owe me lunch.
Let's go.
I'm just kidding. Okay, let's get through highway department though. 1176 last year. Engineer / supervisor was 59,797.
Boy, does anybody know? I mean, is that not Kevin?
That's Kevin.
Okay, well, it says engineer, that's why.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I'm looking for. Was there an engineer and a supervisor last year?
No,
It's really
that-
the supervisor.
Yeah, it's I think whenever they wanted the position originally, it was a highway superintendent or engineer, and then they combined the two things
And
and
we had
got
an
it.
engineer.
Yes, at one time we did.
So that's just,
I think it's just a title. It's on there
Yeah,
that probably
okay.
could come away, and we could change it if you
Yeah.
want to just highway
What was it go last?
supervisor.
59,797.
797, 59797.
Training stipend supervisor, what is that? I just left everything else.
Bookkeepers,
Right.
45.
Oh, 45 too, yeah. But the deferred comp and the longevity and stuff have to stay the same.
That's what I think.
2,000.
Longevity in this one went up some, which probably it did, because
Yeah,
Kevin might have been there that long now.
I don't see a stipend last year. Did they get a stipend last year?
Annual leave reimbursement. What, that's for, isn't that what he wanted to do for the CDL stuff, the stipend, training stipend for the CDL program?
Was I here when Kevin was here? Cause I have no notes on that.
First off, I've got his salary on the salary ordinance at 61,880.
How's that?
And then why is it appropriated at,
Good question.
probably want more money.
And,
Don't blame him.
I know we had talked last
I don't blame
year
anybody for wanting one.
at 20,000, and it was for, at that time, what we were thinking, the floodplain administrator. And he has kind of stepped over and helped, when Josh left, he kind of took over some of the stuff here in the courthouse.
Yeah.
But nothing was approved.
what do you have his salary ordinance at?
On the salary ordinance, we have, 61,880.
Well, if that's what he is on the salary ordinance, but it's not appropriated that way, so how's he gonna get paid the extra money?
Because even in Lao, it shows his salary is 59,797, and he spent 40,000, he's got 19,397. So,
Well, I would think that maybe go to the 61880. This year.
$20,000, man.
No, I
40
don't think
million
that was
ways
out
to
of
get
there.
me that. And
I don't know. if it
every
was,
time we're like, no. He didn't
looks-
take over maintenance up here. He might help out, but that's on his own.
Weren't there raises, given last year? Cause it looks like in
Theirs
twenty
was.
twenty-four, huh?
Theirs was.
Because it's
The
about
24
general.
was it,
rate,
a
it
dollar?
looks like he had 28.75 and it went
You
to
and Eric
29.
wanted to do, wanted $1
75.
an hour, what they got out there. Cause he didn't wanna do a percentage and we went with,
What's the salary ordinance say for the bookkeeper?
Percentage and the dollar.
45,219.20.
I think so.
Yeah, they could.
And her pay is 21.74 an hour currently.
Wow, she's only appropriated 45,200. Okay, I'm getting a headache. That might not be a good
There's
thing.
probably, on that one, it's probably been a rounding error over the years, but it should have been changed in there.
And what'd you say, was 45,000 to what?
219.20.
So she needs 45,220 at least. James,
Man,
what do you want to do since the salary ordinance is different than the last year appropriation?
I'm looking. Bear with me 2 seconds.
One,
Thumbs up.
you're done.
That didn't work too well.
Nope, didn't work at home either.
Last year at budget, we wrote on the board $59,797. Bookkeeper, $43,134.
And then we gave him a dollar raise, that's probably.
That's
what
it. So, well,
We
It's
gave-
not what
No,
got
you're right.
adopted in the,
you're
what
right.
got adopted in the budget's not what was adopted.
So what's
in
on the salary,
ordinance.
what's on the salary ordinance?
61,880 for
That's
Kevin
what-
and
that's what it should be.
45,219 and some
That's what
change.
it should be.
Okay,
Okay.
so I would say that this year would be 61,880 for engineer supervisor and $45,220 for the bookkeeper. Yes, Jen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then keep the longevity at 1,400, deferred comp 2,200. Or wait a minute, is that deferred comp? Annual leave reimbursement, sorry. Deferred comp 7,091.
What
Then
is
these
that?
stipends,
What is annual leave reimbursement?
I think the people that want to buy back their time, sort of like Jerry's, I think the sheriff's office calls that comp.
Yeah.
Purchase or
that's the
something.
same
Yeah,
thing.
deferred comp.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what about the stipends? That's where I'm stuck at. What are you guys gonna do about the stipend? Training stipends. And that's for the CDL course that they're giving.
That's what
That's
he
my
said.
understanding.
And your guys are okay with that?
The bookkeeper's doing the paperwork from that CDL thing is my understanding, and Kevin's overseeing the program. So
2,000,
So we put in a stipend for doing the extra work?
that's what they're requesting because of the
We do
CDL
it last
training
year. This is the
program.
first year.
This is the
Because
first
they
year.
started it. But that is bringing in revenue that I think would offset them some. I mean, they're.
But
running
shouldn't that
classes
revenue
all
go
the
into a
time.
special, it should go into a different fund?
Fund.
It should.
Did they
There
create a
is-
fund?
There is a fund created on that.
So
would
why
that
would we not take the stipends out of that fund?
We can do that.
Okay, let's remove the stipends for now and I'm gonna make a note, new
Change it
fund
there.
from CDL. But we'll have to advertise that and do an additional, so we definitely,
Office supplies.
So we have both those?
yeah, we're gonna put it in out of a
We're not
different
cutting
fund.
them, we're just putting it in.
Computer
the
maintenance.
fund.
Correct, so that they're paid
Supplies,
for out of
Yeah.
the revenue of that CDL class.
First aid supplies.
Oh, wait, and then Papa, you're on a different fund there. So you're gonna say, didn't we say, why do we need 7,000 in computer maintenance when we're getting new computers?
His isn't though. His is like to maintain the scanners for the trucks for maintenance.
Okay, so we're leaving it at 7,000?
I think so. Cause I think that's what he was talking about, was needs to buy like a scanner for the trucks whenever they break down so they can
Okay,
hook up to them and see what's wrong with them.
CDL fund.
Good luck finding one for $7,000.
Yes. Maybe on Marketplace.
Yeah.
Travel's asking to go up a little bit. It was 1,500 last year,
How much they spend?
$486.
Is there big doings that he's expecting to go to or something?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't have notes about it.
1,500.
Okay,
Substance testing.
it says sustenance. Is that different than substance?
No, I think it's supposed to be something.
Oh, okay.
So is that?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if
For
they-
all the employees
is there
or
some
what
kind
that
of-
is?
Cause he has to have it, cause they're all CDL holders, so you have to put them in a
That's not-
pool,
yeah,
and you have to draw out of them 25% every 3 months.
How much is it?
16.
1650 is what it was, that's what it's been.
So,
Commissioner travel, 2421, I have no idea why that's in there, but. it's-
How much was it last year?
You know, I don't, that's not.
It's always been.
It's
I
always
mean,
been.
Let's move on
How
to
much
the
was spent?
commissioner's
I
budget.
wouldn't see why not.
$600 down there and
But,
Why is it
well,
not
wait a
on the
minute, this is
commissioner's
able to be paid out 1176, or if we pull it back in the commissioner's budget.
It's
gotta be
only 10,000.
general. Yeah.
well, if we drop it, I thought that was all.
Talking about-
I had to do it too.
And I think it goes back to,
$690
they used to be road
of it.
commissioners, I
Yeah.
think is
It's
why.
coming out, it's not coming out of
That's a
general
guess.
or the list. so.
Whatever, it never made sense to me, and everybody explained to me that.
Leave it, move on.
Okay,
Leave it,
whatever.
move on.
Leave it, move on.
What's like you
Official bonds,
asking them for help when you.
No
was
telephone, 3,000.
Telephone for 3,000.
telephone, yep, 3,000, it's right on par with where it should be, it looks like. Bonds, I would say they stay the same, 250. Software, 25,000, it was 15,000 last time, he used 10.5.
I said we take it back down to 15,000. Cause he is getting new computers too.
I'm sure,
Yeah, oh yeah.
you included in it, I would think. You need me to try add this with you?
All right, yeah.
Hold my hand. I get $151,411.76.
Well,
Tell me that again.
I don't know what I got here.
151,411.76.
All right, that down, we know.
And that's,
That log scratches.
oh my God, are we not even through? We still have more funds. 2 more. Well, and again, out of 1176, he's asking for a stipend for the CDL trainer. Are we not expecting that fund to bring, is there any revenue in that CDL fund now? Has it brought in? What are we expecting the revenue to be?
it just started though.
It has just started, I can look and see.
I mean, maybe we stipend them out of these funds for now and then get a
Do
big
you want it
picture.
ready for 2026, or 2027, or do you want us to try to change it yet for 2026?
Well, I don't get a vote. I'm just asking the question, since we don't have money
That number on this one.
in there.
574, 1177.
151,411.76. Is that what you got?
No,
Oh, motherfucker.
Well, they've already trained several.
161, 780,
Again, I have no
76.
idea, I can.
Okay, 61,880, 45,220, 1,400.
219 right there.
No, it's got change in it, so it needs to be 42,220,
All right.
45,220, 1,400,
Yeah.
2,200,
Yeah,
7,091.76.
yeah.
And then we're having the discussion about leaving in the stipend, right?
I'd say, here's my vote on that. If they need them, it needs to generate the money to sustain them. So by the end of 26, they need to have that much money in there. It comes
Gotcha.
out of their own fund.
What I'm saying, you wanna go ahead and do that for 26, go ahead and move that to that fund.
Make, yeah, in their CDL fund thing, we'll
Okay.
set
Well,
it up.
you're one vote, I'm no vote.
What's everybody?
What's else's feeling?
What fund does it come out of?
The CDL
one
fund that this,
generates money from.
there's a CDL fund the commissioner set up for the proceeds of the CDL classes to go into.
But can we fund, I mean, what I'm asking is that they need it next year and it hasn't received any money yet.
Then I would say they don't get their stipend.
Then they ain't working hard enough. It ain't working. 'Cause you got 12 months to come up with your stipend. if you
Which
want.
is right now 2, 4, 5, they're asking for $5,000 in stipends. Surely they can make $5,000 in that fund,
If it don't
if it's gonna be
make $5,000.
successful, right?
Can you look and see what's in it now? 'Cause they training all year.
I thought they just started.
Okay, so anyways, without the stipends, I come up with
He's
117,791.76 out of personal services. Is that what you got?
Yeah, what you remember?
And then
I remember they're out at John Jones Building.
117,791.76.
I thought courses set up that, I thought.
Just personal services.
I just added it all the way through.
Okay.
One down there.
I don't know.
Well, it's easier for me if we Okay, so 1650,
CDL training.
7,100, or 1,150,
See, one
1870.
is CDL trainer, the other is the supervisor, and I think that's one probably gonna go to Kevin, the other one is Johnny White.
2420.
There's what it looks like right now.
I can't see it.
I can't even.
It ain't look good.
36,620
Looks like
plus
it's $2,000 in the
117.
hole right now.
151, 41176, that's what I got. What do you got?
161, which I'm off a little bit on that one. I know that. Hold on.
You're off $1.
$1.
How much is in that fund?
Damn,
We're
stand
taking that out of your pay.
taking out my 20.
You're down to 29 bucks.
Hang on, hold on.
It's negative 2,000.
It didn't pull receipts. over.
Negative 2,000.
Heather, you tell me if that's please.
It didn't pull receipts over.
Probably not.
So, there it
Oh,
is.
there it is.
That looks better.
Oh, yeah, almost got it.
20 grand in that fund right now. So they,
So they spent 2,000 and yeah, they can spend, it. Yeah, they can do their own. Okay, let's figure out where we're off because we just went through
all right.
personal services. It should be 117,791.76 for just that
The
one,
top portion.
just personal services, yeah.
61,880 plus 45,220. 1,400.
709,176.
Don't confuse it.
709,176. That's it, right?
117,791.76.
Yes.
Okay, the next portion I get 33,620.
791,176. 16K.
50?
7,000. 1,150. 18.
Nope, we did 1,500 on that one. Travel. I did the same thing.
That's probably where I screwed up.
1,500, 1,650,
Yeah.
2,420, 3,000, 250, 15,000. Should come up with 33,620 in that one. And then add 117,791.76, and you should be at 151,411.76.
No, so I got a couple screws.
Half the time spent JR not making sure our math is right. He's been wrong sometimes, I've been wrong sometimes, so it's a good thing. Of course, Jennifer's really supposed to be my first.
411.
151,411.76. Okay.
So,
All right, 1176,531. Wait a minute. Okay, so this just is another, another 1176. This is 530, and this is 1176,531. Okay, three.
what was their salary last year on
I'm looking, hold on.
the 8 operators?
He had mechanic.
Equipment, 465, 650, right?
Where were you? 3 leaders and 8 operators.
It says equipment operators, sub supervise and overtime was 465, 650 out of 1176 last
He's
year.
got 2 mechanic and floaters, so he's got another budget here for them.
I think he's combining things together
I think so too.
because 3 crew leaders and 8 operators. He's got equipment operator,
Subs and
sub
supervisors.
supervisors. That was 465, 650.
But I don't see any other
And then the
personal
mechanics
services.
was
Oh,
98,800.
Yeah,
Mechanics will be on another budget.
but yeah, I think that, hold
So
on.
they're still separated out.
Yeah, 2 mechanical floaters at 108.
So they're out on the road, but they're not doing mechanic work.
So this is probably the equipment sub supervisor. That was 465, 650.
Yeah, and he's only asking for 562. Oh, he's asking for almost $100,000 more.
That was last year, 460.
And he's only at 310,764. Is that because we have to have somebody for chip and seal, or is he hiring somebody else, or what's going on?
I think it's because the equipment operators, the supervisors,
And overtime
and
even.
overtime was in there. I'd say put it back at 465, 650. That's what 25 was.
465 what?
650.
Summer help was the same.
Summer help, same. Annual long, what is this, longevity?
5,000.
4,000. Annual leave reimbursement was 5,000, he's on 5,500. Haven't even used the 5,000.
5,000.
Yeah. Put it back to 5,000. Comp time. It was 5,500. I haven't used any of it. Leave it alone, I guess. Deferred comp 5% of total.
That's he wants to buy comp time, I guess.
Deferred comp was $40,000 last year. He's only spent 10.
33.
So if he's asking for 33, I'm good with it.
Stipend CDL trainer, that needs to go to new fund.
Yeah, that can go somewhere else.
All right, so I get 46,500.
So
650.
2,000 is gonna stay out.
Yeah. 465, 650.
You're gonna leave the 33,556.
Yeah.
I get 542, 416, 45
What'd you
in
get?
personal services.
What'd you get, Miss Heather?
For $542,416.45.
There's a new scan tool in this one.
Yeah,
We already had something that equipment on some of the others too, though.
Alright.
well, I think when he came in, I just have written, he wants to get a new scanning tool
The hardware
for the tools.
Tools was only 7,000.
And then put a new scan tool on it.
We spent 5,600 of that already. He's wanting 27 out of this. Maybe that's that new scan tool thing.
That's what it says right here, a new scan tool.
Well, he said he was asking for 3 increases in 3 lines under supplies. One was because he needed a new scanner to scan tools. He wanted more, because of new federal highway regulations, he needed more in his sign and post, to meet the bridge requirements under the new federal laws. And for the building material, he says the shop has leaks and it needs new gutters and roof.
But he also said you can take that out, you can patch it and get it right.
Yeah.
If we needed to.
Yeah.
So he said,
Well, then these-
Huh?
You weren't here when Kevin was here.
I try to write notes because every year, what did we talk about? What? What did he say? I'm trying to make a list of things that need to be done, like moving those over to the other fund. Not a legal job, but I've become JR secretary
I
too.
said leave it alone, it's good.
Yeah, I say just leave all.
Shut up, JR. I ain't bringing your coffee.
We're gonna leave all them alone.
Didn't he have some culvert somewhere else too?
No, we combined all 3 county, 3 districts.
Yeah, I think that's what he did.
Oh, yeah, that's what you're saying.
He had those other 3 culverts.
So why does this account look like that?
I've got to get some help in here with that, because we are paying things out of there that should not be paid. It should be out of a different fund.
So do we have any idea what should be in that account?
No,
I mean, it makes it difficult for me
I
to
understand.
vote yes to adding purchasing items whenever it's showing it's $671,000 negative.
And it's been doing this even before I got in here, so I need to get some help to see what we're doing wrong and get it fixed.
So what do we do on this? Do you guys wanna leave it and let it ride, see what happens, or?
So who would you get to help?
I'm gonna see if I can get another auditor to come in and help me.
Okay.
And, because we've got something out of whack and I'm not certain what we need to do
But we're just
differently.
real close to.
So then we're gonna do a bunch of like claim adjustments, that's what we would do.
Might be, that's why I need to find out what we need to do there. I would assume that's gonna be it, but I don't know that.
Could somebody from Lyle help us? Or they won't know?
Maybe, I never thought I could ask, I don't know, Tosca does more.
You just wanna hold off on the 531 and the 533.
Yeah, we will do that, and I'll try to get that done this week. If we don't have a ton of meetings this week, I'll try to get that done this coming week.
I guess.
So 531 and 533 are pending.
I just have a hard time, I know Kevin needs it, and I don't
Yes.
negate that, I just have a hard time saying, yeah, you can buy a $20,000 increase there. Here, you know, these spots,
Mhm.
if that account's looking like that, I can't really tell them to spend more
I
money.
need to do some work, so can we break for lunch, it's like 15 till. Since we're stopping the whole meeting here.
Are we stopping now for lunch?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got one more to do, don't we?
Oh, no, we're gonna hold off, because it's working, the numbers is off from the computer.
No, we still have a lot to
No, we
do.
still got a lot to do. Yeah, but-
So we
And
got,
especially when we get to the ones that are pending that are
533 and the
cluster, you know.
what time are we coming back?
I guess 1 o'clock?
1 o'clock?
Yeah.
All right,
3?
I guess, I'll see you.
Let me know, when you get this off,
It's not off that.
we can print it off, we'll come back at 1.
I haven't said the F word on record right today.